Hey guys, welcome back to Diving Deep in Thought. I just got a quick video that marks an anniversary for somebody out there that I've helped indirectly. So it was about 3 years ago, this day exactly 3 years ago, I was catching an Uber to work because I'd gone out the night before. I had got home extremely late and I only got like 1 or 2 hours sleep, but I was just so focused on getting to work that day that I chose to go in. And in order to get to work, because I drank so much I knew it wasn't out of my system by the morning, I ordered an Uber. And upon ordering this Uber, I had to wait, say, I think it was 11 minutes the first one. It was an 11-minute wait. And you know when it's coming toward you on the app and it freezes? And it actually froze, and I was just praying inside. I'm like, oh man, you can't let me down. I'm already late. Don't make it worse. And it pauses, and then it gets cancelled. And I'm just like, are you serious? This guy cancelled this trip. So I order another one, and it's a 15-minute wait. Because where I was living, Uber's the one is consistent as say in the city, and it was at 7:30 in the morning. So it's not a popular time to get him. It's a 15-minute wait, and I kept weighing it up. Do I wait for this guy or do I just risk driving? But I just wasn't in any good state. I hadn't got enough sleep. I had drank till 3 a.m. I wasn't in any good state to be driving, so I thought, I'll wait it out. I'll wait the 15 minutes out. And as I was waiting, and you're looking at it for how many minutes left, and you're seeing him get close, and then he stops, and you hold your heart again, and it's this constant emotional turbulence. So I'm waiting for this guy to finally rock up, and he does. He finally gets there. I'm thankful. And this Tarago shows up. You can tell this guy's done it over 3,000 trips. He's got like the beads on his seats. He had all these like Chinese cats on the dashboard. He had all these ornaments. There's easily 100 distractions in this car. But this guy was just content, happy, and I thought, okay, let's go. So it's an hour from my house to the job site. So as you can tell, sitting with me, the walls came down after a bit. So we started talking. There was no music, and I asked him, I said, man, what, like you don't play music or anything like that? And he goes, no, I'm really not feeling it. I go, how are you going, like generally, what's happening? He goes, oh, I'm okay. And you sort of get a vibe from people. When people aren't in a good mental state, you can sort of get a feeling for where they're at. And I knew something was wrong. So I had to dig for it, but slowly. So half an hour goes past, into this trip. We're talking, we're getting to know each other a bit more. And then he opens up about something. He goes, I got something to tell you. I said, man, go for it. I'm all ears. And he tells me this is going to be his last Uber trip. And I thought, man, all right, that's cool. Like, you can go what other work are you doing? And he goes, no, this is it. Yeah, what do you mean? And when shit just got serious, and I'm just like, what do you mean? This is it. And he goes, I've been living out of my Tarago for like over a month, and I haven't been able to see my kid. I had a gambling problem. I gambled all our family's money. And I was then to feel better about that, I'm hooked on drugs, and I've gotten to the point where I've hit rock bottom, and I don't know where to go except to sort of disappear off the face of the earth. I can't deal with my emotions anymore. And I said, wow, this is heavy, man. Like, this is pretty heavy. This is pretty heavy shit. And I go, talk to me, like, just what's on your mind? Because you never want to say to someone who's in a bad situation, it's going to be okay. Bullshit. How by saying that isn't going to make the situation any better? That's not reassuring. Reassuring is sitting there and telling this guy, go on, I'm here for you. Talk to me. Let it out. Let us see. Let me show you that you can open up about something that I can possibly help you with, because I'm here to bring down your walls so that you can open up. And he did. He started telling me his whole situation. that progressively his situation got worse and he was ready to end things for good. And this is like the second time this has happened. And it all comes down to lack of recognition in the world. There's no inclusivity. You feel left out. You may have you may be surrounded by people constantly, but you can still feel alone. Alone and lonely are two different things. When you're alone, it doesn't mean you're lonely. You're lonely only when you can't connect with anyone or anything. And this guy was very lonely. It's the, celebrities suffer from loneliness, not the fact that they're alone. There's people who are alone who are very happy. There's monks in the Alps that are very, very happy. They're alone all the time, but they can deal with that because they don't feel like the world is against them and that they're apart. They're not part of this world. They don't feel abandoned. And abandonment and trust issues, when you see the love of your life turn her back on you and you try to make yourself feel better, but everything you do just keeps getting worse progressively, it's hard. And he didn't see his kid, and this guy's living out of his car for over a month. It was crazy. And then when I looked in the back, I'm like, this is insane. Like in the boot, and he's sleeping in the back seat. It was terrible. So we started talking, and firstly, he needed somebody to talk to. Somebody needed to give a shit about what he had to say. So he had to be recognized to some extent. And the second part to his recognition is understanding where he's coming from. Now, the only reason I could have connected with him is because I went down something similar. Not exactly this situation, but the outcome was sort of similar. And I thought to myself, how do you build yourself up from this? When you don't let anyone in and you don't have the balls to talk to someone about this, it can never be internally solved. It's impossible. Doesn't matter how strong you are. When you have an issue with your self-harm, serious self-harm or serious anxiety, you can never heal yourself easily. Unless you objectively see yourself, unless you see yourself from an outsider's point of view and you journal and then you're looking at that journal and you're understanding it from that. But internally, you're not in the right mindset to help yourself. So he wasn't. And all it actually took was a bit of recognition and reinforcement, some mental reinforcement and accountability. So what I did is, obviously I said, look, you really, really stuffed this up. You really stuffed this up. You really stuffed this up. But that doesn't mean it's the end of your road. It just means you've burnt these bridges for now, but you can build them again. If you show these people you're a man of your word and you will stop what you're doing to dig yourself deeper and show that you're a person who can change. And you may have screwed up this, but you're still a good father. You're still a good partner. And that potential's in you to be that, but you got to work on it from now on. So on a daily basis, I gave him affirmations to say every bloody morning. I gave him a schedule to write, so continue going to work. Accountability, which is to message me every single day between 7 to 8 a.m. with this message I wrote: I will not self-harm. I am a man of my word and integrity. I will take care of myself. I will build myself up daily. I will count the small wins I have on a daily basis. All the problems I have in my life will